Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-8. It's the Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the southwest spawn of Arctic region under the command of Running Hawk. Okay, battle started. Well, he's armed with a 152mm howitzer, capable of 600 alpha, penetrating 38mm of armor and with a burst radius of 7 meters. But this is the Arty that was actually built on the hull of a T-28 tank, although it would have been if they hadn't stopped making the T-28 before this Arty was conceived. Where you can see that Running Hawk is aiming towards the southern pass. That's where he's expecting the enemy to be seen. And this Arty is a serious rival to the M44 because its fire rate is almost as good and it does slightly more damage per shot. The M44 will do 550, this thing will do 600. So slightly more, but it's got a slower reload time. So you're not quite going to match the reload, but you are going to do a lot of damage on the enemy. Going to go for that IKV-65-2 in the north. He's dialing in as he's tracking the target, trying to work out where to put the shell. He fires his first round in. That looks as if it might be near the IKV. You just saw an Arty round from the enemy Arty land nearby the trench or the gully that goes in front of our hill. Okay, he's loaded. He's dialing in on the IS. He fires a round in, gets a direct hit, and in fact actually hits both ISs. He hits one and splashes the other with the shockwave. And if both heavy tanks stay where they are, they're going to take a pounding from these shells. He stunned the one in the rear, but not the one in the front there. The shell went long, wasn't fully on target. You need to aim directly onto the target or just in front of it to actually get the hits. Okay, rounds out again. Direct hit, no. Splashes, but it lands between both, and they both suffer some damage. And that IS is tracked, so he's now being hammered, and now he's dead. It's funny that it's two ISs on both sides hammering it off against each other on that corner, and I think the telling addition was the fact that our ISs were getting Arty support, which is why they were ticking affirmative. They were quite happy that they were getting so much support from Arty. It's certainly showing because that SU-122-44 has had to pull back. Now the IS has got hit, and that was a direct hit there. The tank that was actually sitting on that ledge just got the full shell, and now we're going for the O-knee, and now those guys really need help. He's going to go for that Hellcat though, I think. Oh, Hellcat goes down. Now he really needs to hit that O-knee. Fires around in, just misses him. The shell hits the water. We've got a KV-2's come up behind them. We've lost one of the IS's. The T-150 gets blown to pieces by the KV-2. And we're almost ready to shoot, but we've lost most of the tanks in that area. Now just the IS left. Direct hit on the KV-2 makes him vulnerable. He's a one-shot. They lose their M6. We lose our IS to their O-knee. And now the enemy is pouring through that gap. There's only 3 tanks though. KV-2, O-knee and the SU-122-44. I say pouring through. There's a T-150 holding them back, but he is a one-shot. So he's not going to be able to get much or give much help. But it's the O-knee who's probably going to be the biggest threat. Now over on the other side of the battlefield we've got an SU-8, the enemy Arty. And their Hummel, been spotted by our Super Hellcat. We've dialed in, fired at one of the Arty, and he's been killed. The SU-8's been wiped out. Okay, they've spotted the other one and killed the other, the Hummel. So the enemy has only got one Arty left, an M44. There's an IKV-65-2 up on the heights. We fire at that one. He pulls away. So we don't know, can't see the results of that shot. Always recommend Arty players to watch the fall of shot to see exactly what happened to it. To see if it hit something or if it didn't. You might need to adjust on your next round. He fires another round into that corner. Again, we don't know if he was near the IKV because we can't see it, but the Super Hellcat's about to go down. He's gone. And, oh, we just lost our Super Hellcat and a Thunderbolt. Now we're going for their Super Hellcat. Dialing in. And in fact, actually, we've had a request to deal with an SU-122-44 who slid off into the water, and he looks like he's about to drown. But we can't get a shot on him because there's a red line. If he survives this, well, maybe we'll get a shot on him in a while. Our Hummel is in a very dangerous position because he's actually vulnerable to that SU-122. And I think he's trying to pull out of that position without getting killed by the Oni. And he shotguns the SU-122-44. We missed that on seeing it on screen. There's the enemy. The Oni, the KV-2, and a Super Hellcat. We're going for the Super Hellcat because the KV-2 just got wiped out. He fires a round in, splashes the Super Hellcat. I think that was a round just came in from the Hummel. It's 5 all on each side now, but Arty can really make a difference here. Almost ready to shoot. Work out where he's going to be. Fire the round in there. Direct hit, 246. That's going to make a difference because he's tracked on one side. He's had to burn his repair kit to pull back out. We can hit him again in 6 seconds. We just need somebody to track him so we can get another shot in there. Rounds out. Direct hit. Okay, now, where do we stand? Well, we have more hit points available than the enemy does. That's for one thing for certain. That's going to make it very inconvenient for the enemy. And the Striv is trying to get spots on that Oni. It's a bit dangerous to do that. That's a Second World War tank with a post-war turret on top of it, which does make it a slightly better tank actually. It's a 75mm gun. I think he's decided he's going to go up that channel. Mind you, the enemy still has an IKV-90B with that 90mm gun. And, oh, there he is. He's been spotted. He's over in the mid-channel, and we've got no shot on him. And he's pulling away because I think he's seen the Striv at distance. And the Striv's going up to this corner. He might spot the Oni if the Oni's pulling back to his own cap. Okay, what would really help right now is if that Striv could find out where that last Arty went. And I think he's going to go over into those woods on the far side. And we're not following him at the moment. There's nobody spotting that corner. Our Hellcat's in the north. There's the IKV-65-2. The enemy's got 3 tank destroyers. And the IKV's hiding behind that rock. There's the other one, the IKV-90B. Came down the channel. We've been spotted. Line the shot up. Get it on target. Rounds out. Kill shot! 230 hit points of damage. He's changing position because he was spotted. There is an Arty still in play. And that was an Arty round coming in there from the M44. So we did the right thing. And with his pair of logs sticking out of his front like tusks, he's moving back into a cover position at the back of the map. Yeah, always got to have a log. If you're a Soviet vehicle, you have to carry a log. Does look weird with a pair of logs sticking out the front. Well, yes, okay. And there's the Oni, and he's going for our Hummel. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do because he's the red line there because the cliff's in the way. And so Running Hawk is moving to a position where he can actually assist, get shots on that enemy tank. And that means he's got to go into the woods. And there's the IKV-65-2. He's come down. He's close. Oh, and a kill shot from our Hummel takes him out. And our Hummel managed to defend himself and kill the Oni. I've just seen that on the minimap. I didn't see it actually happen. So now we've got the advantage. There's only 2 enemy vehicles left. They're M44 and there's Super Hellcat. And here's the Super Hellcat We just lost our Hummel, but the Super Hellcat, oh, and we took a round. Now he's going to fire very, very shortly, and we're low on hit points, and that's the end of our game. But it's 2-2 now. The Super Hellcat facing that Hummel, who's so good because he took out the SU-122-44 and he took out an Oni. And our Striv is capping at the other end of the map. And unless that Super Hellcat gets back within the next 50 seconds, it's going to be all over. It does look as if the Striv is going to win, because I don't think that Super Hellcat can get back in time. I think he's stuck. Our Hummel's in a position whereby even if one of the enemy tanks was to get close to the Striv and get spotted, he can get a shot on them. Now he's hiding behind that ledge because that Super Hellcat might remember that he's here. But we're now watching the Striv and he's got 15 seconds left now. I don't think that Super Hellcat can make it back in time. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he makes it back in time, but not to kill the Striv. He puts a round into him to try and get a reset, but it's too late. The game's over. It's a victory. How many times have we seen that recently? Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an Ace Tanker for Running Hawk in the SU-8. He put enough effort in to get an Ace Tanker in this game. He really did work hard with those shells. And he also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14, and a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate for that game was 3,617. Very nice indeed. Let's have a look at team score. He did get the highest damage, 2,025 hit points of damage in that game. The next high scorer was the Chaffee Sport, which is the Super Hellcat, the one that was alive at the end of the game. He did 1,304 hit points of damage. And then after that, it's the IKV-65-2 with 1,187. When it came to kills, though, it was actually shared between the Hummel, who was still alive at the end of the game, the IKV-90B and the Oni. All got 3 kills apiece. And then we've got Running Hawk with 2 kills alongside several other players. But when it came to base XP, it was definitely Running Hawk again. 1,076 base experience points. He was the only player to get over 1,000 hit experience points in total. 693 went to the Hummel, 674 went to the T150. He fired 17 rounds, got 6 direct hits, 0 penetration, 16 splash. Damage of 2,025 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits, both of them came from that Super Hellcat, and both of them penetrated, I'm afraid, and it was terminal. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 2, so there's your difference. The 7 tanks, he only needed 6 to get the Confederate, but in this occasion, 7 worked to charm. 670 hit points of damage assistance, and 867 of stun assist of 13 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 52,130 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 36,272 credits. He received 1 bomb for getting the Confederate, and 1,614 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 3,228 for completing the mission and events, took away 6,456 experience points altogether. So what a good game there for Running Hawk. It's a pity that he died at the end. Well, that's Super Hellcat. Yeah, if you go into that sort of like dip area, you are vulnerable to enemy tanks if they do try to come near the cap. Whereas if you're in the woods at the back, it's a lot easier to be safe. But of course, your field of fire is narrow, and of course, you have to rely on other people to spot the enemy tanks for you. And you don't get much advance warning if you can't see them. But this was a very good battle for Running Hawk. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. Hit that little bell symbol, the notification symbol, so you get alerted when there's a new video out. Thanks for watching.